From the station working for you, this is breaking news from RTV6.
And good afternoon. We start with that breaking news this midday. For now, Indiana will remain one of just 5 states in the country that does not have a hate crimes law. A Senate committee just announcing it will not take a vote on that measure, meaning that will not advance this session. Similar efforts have failed in recent years, and critics say they don't want to create a special class of victims of similar crimes. Now to our other top story this midday. What caused a deadly head-on crash between 2 vehicles early this morning? That's the question IMPD is trying to answer now at noon. That deadly crash happening just before 4 o'clock this morning on the ramp that leads from I-465 southbound to Shadeland Avenue and 56th Street. RTV6's Julie Pursley is on the northeast side right now. She's been working this story since early this morning, and she joins us with the very latest. Julie.
Lauren, according to what investigators are telling us, that this crash was caused by a driver that was going the wrong way on this stretch of exit ramps, again from 465 southbound to Shadeland Avenue and 56th. IMPD says it was about 3:45 this morning. A car was headed northbound in the southbound lanes. It collided with a box truck that was traveling southbound. The 2 men in the car died at the scene. The driver of the box truck was not seriously hurt.
The box truck did everything it could to avoid it, but this vehicle still hit it head on. The box truck driver is being very cooperative. They did take him to the hospital to be checked out and for a standard blood draw on any type of fatality accident.
As for the men who died, police say there is no sign that alcohol was involved. Investigators tell us that would have to be determined later by the coroner. At this point, investigators are trying to figure out exactly where they got onto this stretch of roadway and why. But we can tell you, for example, here at 56th Street, where the exit ramp comes to an end, there are 5 signs that say wrong way. Again, we'll have to wait for more information from investigators. Reporting live on the northeast side, Julie Pursley, RTV6.
Julie, thank you. Now at noon, some good news for Colts fans, hoping that Andrew Luck will return next season ready to go. The NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reports that the Colts QB is heading out to L.A. to work with 2 renowned throwing and strength coaches. Both have worked with other big-name quarterbacks in the past, including Tom Brady. That report says for now, Luck is focusing on getting his strength back up and working on his throwing motion and arm speed. This comes after he spent months in Europe working on his muscles and improving how they work together. Turning now to Indy's pesky pothole problem. Today marks day 1 of a 4-day pothole blitz to fix as many as possible across the Circle City. Now we're told this marks the first time in city history that DPW has called in crews to fill the potholes before the spring. Mayor Hogsett himself is set to chip in and help at 2 o'clock this afternoon at 38th Street and Forest Manor Avenue on the city's northeast side. And RTV6 is working for you so that you know where the worst potholes are located and how you can report them. Here's a live look right now on your screen at Indy's pothole viewer. Now each dot you see represents a pothole, and the Circle City's covered them in. Now you can click each dot to learn more, and again use this site to report those potholes that you see on your drive to and from work. We know we all see them all the time. We have a link for you on our website, theindychannel.com. All you have to do is click on the hot button. Now I want to get a check of our weather. We have lots of sunshine out there for central Indiana today, but don't expect the temps to get too high. Storm Team 6 meteorologist Todd Clausen working for you this midday. Todd, I know you like to get out there and go for a walk on the Monon. I'm thinking today's not your day.
You know, you just bundle up a little bit. You have the sunshine, so that's the good news certainly here throughout the day today, at least compared to yesterday. Temperatures are still in the 20s, so definitely a chill in the air. 28 in Cloverdale, 26 in Indianapolis, 27 in Fishers, 25 is the current temperature in Newcastle. And when you don't have the wind, that is key as well. And today the wind is pretty quiet. Here's the view up at Morse Reservoir. You can notice the ice starting to retreat even a little bit further. That's going to probably build back in next week as we bring back in some pretty cold air for a fairly long extended period of time. So enjoy the sunshine here this afternoon. Just a few fair weather clouds from time to time. Your highs get up to right around 32 degrees. And then throughout the evening hours, the temperatures will hold pretty steady. And that's a sign of a warmer day in store for us tomorrow. We'll talk about that and look ahead to the weekend as well. Lauren, coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Todd, thank you. Happening tonight, it's President Trump's first State of the Union address. From the economy to what the White House is calling a unifying tone, ABC News' Serena Marshall has a preview of what we can expect on primetime this evening.
Amid tense partisanship, both chambers, both parties gather tonight for President Trump's first State of the Union and the message building a safe, strong, and proud America.
We've got an economy that is booming. ISIS is on the run. We're remaking the judiciary in a way that actually believes in upholding the Constitution. There are some great things happening in this country.
Exactly what he will say tonight still remains a bit of a mystery, but for a glimpse into his focus, look no further than the First Lady's guests, including a family that benefits from the tax plan, parents of a daughter killed by the MS-13 gang, and small business owners. He's expected to offer bipartisanship, but his previous words and tweets already impacting that message. At least 8 House Democrats boycotting the speech, citing his divisive rhetoric. Of the Democrats in attendance, many female House members, like Representative Lois Frankel, expected to wear black in solidarity for victims of sexual harassment. And at least 24 House members and some senators bringing DACA recipients as their guests, like Raleigh High School teacher America Moreno Jimenez, brought to the U.S. when she was only 2 years old.
I am very concerned because that would mean my future could change drastically.
And a government flub drew comedian mockery after official tickets were sent out with the word union misspelled. Those tickets were called and reprinted.
Delivering the Democratic response, 37-year-old Representative Joe Kennedy III, the great-nephew of President John F. Kennedy. He's expected to call for economic dignity and equality for all. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
And you can catch President Trump's first State of the Union address right here on RTV6 this evening. Our coverage starts at 9 p.m. Then you can join us for a complete breakdown of what the president said on RTV6 News at 11 with Erica Fly. And today is one of 5 where President Trump will have to decide whether to declassify a classified memo claiming wrongdoing by the FBI in its Russia investigation. Republicans who wrote the memo say it could show that the FBI and the Justice Department improperly conducted secret surveillance of President Trump's past campaign aides. But critics, including Democrats and the Justice Department, say that the memo is inaccurate and it could also put the safety of agents in jeopardy. President Trump has previously said that he favors releasing the memo. Back here at home, visitation is underway today as Central and Southern Indiana say goodbye to retired Archbishop Daniel Beekline. He died last week at the age of 79. He was the Archbishop of Indianapolis for nearly 20 years. He became Archbishop back in 1992, and during his tenure, he committed Catholic schools to fill critical needs in the inner city and started new programs to keep parishes running.
He felt very strong about defending the faith, but always doing it with great charity. He was a man always of charity, of compassion, and passion.
Archbishop Beekline retired in 2011 after suffering a stroke. His colleagues say that was a difficult decision, but even after the stroke, he served with humility, accepting his challenges. Today's day-long visitation will be held at St. Peter and Paul Cathedral on North Meridian Street until 6:30 this evening. At 7 o'clock, there will be a prayer service and then more visitation from 8 until 9 o'clock tonight. His funeral mass is scheduled for tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock at the cathedral. Cardinal Joseph Tobin will be returning to Indianapolis to deliver that homily. All services are open to the public. Well, it's a new step organizers hope can solve some violent crime here in the city of Indianapolis. Still ahead, the program coming to help witnesses come forward and to help keep them safe. And the National Guard recognition the State Police K-9 is now set to receive just months after he shot in the line of duty, went missing, leading to a massive search to bring him home. Those stories are coming up right here on the News at Noon.
From the station working for you, this is RTV6 News at Noon.
Well, this smiling State Police K-9 has even more to smile about this midday. He's just won a national award for heroism in the line of duty. You may remember K-9 Apache is one of the recipients of the first 2018 American Kennel Club Paw of Courage Award. He was shot back in October by a suspect that he was chasing, and then he ran off. After that, the suspect was brought down, and then he was found the following morning and received medical care, making a full recovery. Apache will receive a medal along with a photo and a profile profile online. Now, with Indianapolis as a finalist for Amazon's second headquarters, the new numbers this midday are showing that 2017 was a big one for high-tech economic growth right here in the Indy metro area. The Indy Chamber of Commerce says almost $2 billion were invested in the 9-county region last year, with promises made of more than 15,000 new jobs. Now, that comes with 140 corporations either moving or expanding in the region. We're told all of those numbers beat 2016's. This comes as another report says that Indiana added the second most software jobs between 2014 and 2016. Well, is there nothing Tom Hanks can't do? Still ahead, the beloved children's figure. He's now set to play on the big screen. And giving kids a second chance at hearing, the technology that's literally growing ears to achieve that goal. Stay with us. A witness protection program is now being created to help prosecute violent crime here in Indianapolis. The City County Council approving that plan on Monday night. $300,000 will go to create the program, which will provide money to the witnesses of crimes with hotel rooms, protection, relocation, and other needs. We're told before IMPD uses small grants, for their witness protection needs. Well, less than a month after he took control, the new president of the City County Council could be on his way out. Last night, the Council voted 13-0 with 10 Republicans abstaining for a motion to put the removal of Clay as president on the agenda for their next meeting in February. Protesters there showed up before the meeting arguing that Stephen Clay thwarted the will of voters who elected a Democratic majority.
They took away our rights as voters. After we voted in people that we wanted, they literally undid what the voters voted for.
Now, the move against Clay also comes after a man went public with allegations that Clay molested him 14 years ago when the alleged victim was a teenager. Clay has called that allegation politically motivated. Now at noon, this Bloomington man now charged with murder as he's accused of stabbing a 64-year-old man twice in the neck. Investigators say 51-year-old Jeffrey Hahn killed David Pierce inside of Pierce's apartment on Friday. Hahn is also charged with theft. We're told this midday that Jeffrey Hahn is in the Monroe County Jail without bond. Leaders from the 10-Point Coalition are set to be up in Gary today. Reverend Charles Harrison tweeting that they'll meet with city leaders and clergy to finalize launching the Gary for Life 10-Point Coalition. The 10-Point Coalition here in Indy has already received national recognition for working to reduce violence. And check out this technology. Scientists in China have used a combination of cultured cells and 3D printing to grow new ears for 5 children. The kids were born with a rare condition that impacts the shape and the function of their ears. Scientists use cartilage cells from the children to grow new cartilage that's based on a 3D printed model of their healthy ears. Pretty interesting. Well, actor, author, funny man, just when you thought there's nothing Tom Hanks can't do, now he's set to portray a beloved childhood icon on the big screen. Hanks is now set to play Mr. Rogers in the upcoming film, You Are My Friend. The film reportedly inspired by a real-life friendship between Rogers and a journalist who begrudgingly accepts an assignment to profile him. That friendship ends up changing his life. Well, Fred Rogers, as you may remember, passed away in 2003. He hosted Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood for more than 30 years. Grew up watching that show.
I did
Todd.
too. You know, my mom would always work, and I'd go to my grandma's after school on the bus, and I'd always end up watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So
Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It'll be interesting to see how that turns out. It's kind of a beautiful day in the neighborhood today. We have the sunshine. It may be a little cold for some of you, but honestly, we are kind of on par for where we should be for the month of January. Now, this morning we were below normal as temperatures got down into the teens in many locations. 19 in Indy, 13 was the overnight low in Lafayette. And as we work our way through the rest of the week, it's going to be cool and sunny today, mild but windy for the day tomorrow. And then the Arctic air is really going to start to settle in as we get into the weekend and eventually into next week. So unfortunately, it looks like the start of February is going to be very, very chilly across the area. But enjoy the sunshine today. It should stay like this throughout the remainder of the day. Right now we sit at 26 degrees. The wind starting to turn a little more southwesterly, and that'll be key to the forecast going forward over the course of the next 24 hours to start to bring some of the warmer temperatures into central Indiana. Now it's 27 in Bloomington, 25 in Lafayette, and you can still take a few degrees off the temperature when you factor in the wind, but the radar is nice and quiet, even as as late as this morning, we had a few snow showers that were showing up. Not the case any longer. A little bit in the way of cloud cover still in the far eastern portion of the state, but otherwise we enjoy sunshine here throughout the remainder of the afternoon. We'll get the temperature up to right around 32 degrees, and then we'll actually hold pretty steady later on this evening as that southwesterly wind kicks in. And in fact, by the time you get to tomorrow morning, we're looking at temperatures that'll be in the mid-20s. So we really don't cool down throughout the course of the overnight hours. And then throughout the day tomorrow, once again, skies will be partly cloudy. And look at this, temperatures will be climbing up into the mid to upper 40s across the area. The problem tomorrow is going to be the wind. So it's a southerly wind, which is good news because that brings us into the 40s. But the gust could be up to about 30 miles per hour, and that is going to make it feel at least a little bit cooler than that actual high for the day tomorrow, but it's still probably the best weather day of the week. Now, late tomorrow into Thursday, you notice this little batch of precipitation. That's the cold front that's going to be working its way through. I think it's mainly rain showers for some of us, and it's not a big deal really at all. A few of you may see a few snow showers with no accumulation, but what this front will do is it'll usher in the Arctic air for the end of the week. Thursday is the transition day at 37. Friday, 25 degrees, but Friday morning, many of you start off in the single digits. We briefly rebound throughout the day on Saturday, and take a look at your 7-day planning forecast here. More Arctic air comes in with some snow showers on Sunday at 28, and then on Monday we have a high temperature of only 25 degrees, and if we would extend this out to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, Lauren, it looks like temperatures will stay in the 20s, so kind of up and down until next week, and then unfortunately it looks like we're going to kind of be locked in with the colder temperatures for a little while.
Well, we are in the middle of winter, so
yeah,
what can we expect?
We had those bonus days last weekend with temperatures in the 50s. Told you to take advantage of them, and this is exactly why.
All right, Todd, thank you. Well, hey, if you have extra shoes, the Knightstown High School baseball team wants them. Not only are they using the shoes to help out the team, but also others in need around the world. It's her fundraiser to buy sweatshirts, socks, and shirts for all the players. The goal is to collect 2,500 shoes. That turns into $1,000 for the team. The shoes are then donated to Central American countries where the owners of small businesses can sell those shoes at a discounted price.
There's much easier ways and probably more glamorous ways to make money or whatever, but the type of energy and effort that Coach and the families have put into this for such a great cause really says a lot about our baseball program in general.
Well, if you'd like to donate some of the shoes that you have at your home to help the baseball team, you can go to the team's Facebook page for more information. You can also bring your shoes to the February 10th Knightstown home basketball game. For every pair of shoes you donate, you're entered for a chance to win a gift card. Well, when we come back, it's time for our pet of the week. We want to introduce you to Nala. I don't think her tail has stopped wagging since she came in the studio today, and she's rocking the tutu. Hey, Nala. We'll see if she'll be the perfect addition to your family. That's all coming up after the break. Stay with us.
All right, and Ann Spitz from the Humane Society of Indianapolis joins us here with our Pet of the Week. And Ann, today we have Nala. Tell us a little about her.
Yeah, so Nala is just about 5 years old. She has been with us off and on since March of last year.
Okay.
She is super sweet. She's definitely a people dog.
Yeah.
She wants to be near people and snuggle all the time.
She's been kind of following you around all over the station here, and the whole entire time her tail has been wagging exactly like it is now. Now, what kind of home would be best for Nala, most likely?
She's going to do best in a home without young kids just due to her energy level, and she doesn't need a home without cats. She has a little bit of prey drive, but she's really just looking for a home where she can be the center of attention and get lots and lots of cuddles and playtime with toys. She just probably wants to have snuggles on the couch. And
but she's kind of an active dog at the same time, so she'd be great for going out on walks on the Monon or through the neighborhood as well. And she could probably pull you along, and like any dog, she loves her treats.
Oh, yeah.
So, what would the adoption fee for Nala be?
She actually does not have an adoption fee. A donor paid her fee so that she could find a home as quickly as possible, just because she's been with us for a little while.
All right, absolutely. And Nala will be available later on this afternoon. I'll tell you what, this afternoon, not a bad day to get out and walk the dog. Temperatures will be in the 30s here across the area with sunshine. And then as we get into tomorrow, we're all the way up into the 40s. Tomorrow, though, will be pretty breezy, so keep that in mind if you're making outdoor plans, but it's dry, and then some light rain and snow showers, Lauren, possible for Thursday. No snow accumulations expected.
All right, Todd, thank you so much, and thank you for making RTV6 your choice for news. Our next news hour is 5 o'clock. We hope you have a great Tuesday afternoon.